Decision 2016, a big weekend for our state. The Republican Leadership Conference on Mackinac Island is wrapping, and today we saw more presidential candidates on the stump and lots of talk about policy. 24-hour News 8's political reporter Rick Albin is live on the island tonight with today's events. Rick, good evening.
Yeah, well, Leon, this is the quietest it's been here in the last 15 hours. When I arrived this morning, the place was full, and just a few minutes ago, it started to clear out. You know, this event is really to get people energized, to get people ready to go for the 2016 election. And the one way to get the base really energized is get them up close and personal with presidential candidates. That's just what they did.
The result has been incredible.
Up first, Texas Senator Ted Cruz at the school on Mackinac Island. He rallied supporters and was looking for more in what he says is a vitally important state.
I think the Michigan primary is going to be very important. It's early, and it's going to have an impact.
Ohio Governor John Kasich was making a play for Michigan GOP loyalists as well.
And I tell you what, I think it's a message that people will like in Michigan. You know, Michigan and Ohio, they're the same. We just have a border, right, that separates us. They're hardworking. They're smart people. They're God-fearing. They're common sense.
And the surging Carly Fiorina was not left out of the mix. The whole atmosphere was one in which presidential candidates were looking for support and maybe some tips from Michigan, a state that Governor Rick Snyder says will matter in 2016.
I think Michigan's going to play a very important role, and I think that was confirmed with the candidates that came in. If you think about it, I think both in the primary and the general election, people view Michigan as very important. And I think it's going to pay off for the candidates that made the effort to get here.
Hey, thanks for coming.
You bet. Jeb Bush and Rand Paul made the pilgrimage as well. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker was grounded by inclement weather that kept him from speaking earlier in the day. Now, this evening, the whole show wrapped up with two big names speaking. Carly Fiorina and Rand Paul spoke to the group late this evening before they broke out of their last dinner. There are some festivities tomorrow, but mostly tomorrow, the chairman of the Michigan Republican Party, Ronna Romney McDaniel, is going to join me live for a To The Point program. Here we have interviews with Senator Ted Cruz, with Governor John Kasich, also with Governor Rick Snyder. You're going to hear that, plus our interview from earlier in the week from Senator Gary Peters. So we got a big show lined up tomorrow live from the island, where it's now back to you, Leon.
Okay, Rick, thank you. Now, one of the questions here, obviously that this is a lot about exposure. Michigan's an important state, but we've also got some very deep Republican pockets here. How much of this is about the money side of things?
Oh, there is a lot about that, because each one of these candidates that came in did something else besides just coming here. They had either a private event or met with people individually, and it's a very important part of this process, Leon, as you mentioned. And of course, there are some deep Republican pockets here, but it is really also about getting a ground game together, getting those grassroots supporters to get on board with one candidate or another, because they need people on the ground to make this work. But you're right, there certainly is a money component that goes with all of this, because that is the way of politics.
All right, Rick Albin reporting live on the island for us tonight. Rick, thank you. Again, be sure to tune in tomorrow for a special edition of To The Point that starts at 10 a.m. Again, that's To The Point live from Mackinac Island, Sunday at 10. Well,